Hey there, everybody. Bill T from Paint Minis live here again, live from Clericon. Kind of gonna do a bit of a shorter stream here, probably about an hour. Games are starting to. A couple of tables have already cleared out, and the game that I was in is wrapped up. And I kind of wanted to give some recaps, some musings, so on and so forth, just about the experience. It's the first time I've ever played that, and it was a great time. I have to admit, I had a wonderful time delving through the adventure with some other folks at the table. I wanted to share that. Wanted to share that with you. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I got the chat up here in case anybody should stumble in and want to say hello. Please go ahead and do so. So let's uh, let's start off with who was running the game. We had Kevin, I believe, from Red Caps was running the game, so that was really fun. We opened with being in a mansion essentially. Somehow we had been drugged or so on and so forth, and brought to this mansion where we were told that we had all been poisoned and we needed to find the antidote. So we started running through all of the rooms and so on and so forth in the mansion, and looking for the antidote when um, it was uh, it was supposedly in these vials that we found along the way, and we decided we were gonna um, we taste each one as we find them. We got to the first room looking for the first vial. And hey, what's going on, Frost and Fists? And hello, Tonka Todd. Good to see both of you. We got to the first room, and the Sir, what was his name? Sir Justin uh, had opened the door for us, and it was one of the player characters that opened the door for us. We walk in. We all had character quirks. It was character quirks, and mine was needs to taste everything. So I walk into the room, and the red cap says, "Hey, there's a carpet in the room. There's a bed, and there's a table." So I pick up the carpet and I lick the carpet, and everybody's like, "Why are you licking the carpet? Why are you licking the carpet?" And we don't know each other's quirks, and so I was like, "Oh, I'm just trying to glean, how used the carpet is," and they're all looking at me like, you could have just, looked at the carpet and discovered it that way." But no, I had to taste it. So um, I lick the carpet and don't glean any information from the carpet. We go into the hallway and lick the wall, and then discover that the brickwork is actually changing patterns just by a lick. And so, and there's actually a hidden passageway there. So the another one of the players who's playing a dancer, who's really clumsy, she decides that she's going to also support my character quirk, and we enter there. It's a like a bathroom, and there's like a mannequin there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna lick the mannequin." So everybody at the table is laughing, really like hysterically at that. Uh, that's yeah, it makes you very yeah, makes you very popular with the ladies. So we're trying, everybody's laughing about that. Uh, we uh, we go on into this bathroom there, and we lick the soaps. We start licking like everything. It's hilarious, and the whole time we're trying not to make innuendos whatsoever. We're in a church, so everybody's trying to kind of mind their p's and q's, right? But we kept it very PG-13 throughout the whole game. But we made Redcap's life a total mess. At one point, he said, "I didn't have tastes prepared for any of these things prior to the game." And it just became this running gag joke throughout the whole thing. Oh, I'm gonna lick that. Oh, yeah. We lick that thing too. The first combat encounter we come to was somebody that was these mannequins all had masks on them, and one of them was an actual person, and they were violent towards us and hostile, and so the first combat encounter, the first two attacks from the player side, the dancer and myself both lick the attacking person, lick attacks. It's just absolutely off the rails from the total beginning of it. We go through these rooms. Eventually, it's like it's getting kind of late, and so and some of them have travel to do, and so on and so forth. So we decide that we're gonna kind of speed this along a little bit. I know, I know, Frost and Fist, a trait like that, and you kept it clean for the sick. Yeah, I know. Not all heroes wear capes. We all kind of realized that it could have gone totally south, but it was absolutely hilarious. We were cackling so hard. We were probably a disturbance to the rest of the hall. However, we as we're as we kind of decide that we need to move this along a little bit forward, you know we decide that we're going to mix the vials together and start drinking them. uh, the fighter of the group was the only person, because he was totally disgusted. He was like, "No, I'm not going to lick anything. I'm not licking things. I'm not even going to drink that. I don't want to drink that. All of this is disgusting. You all are disgusting to me." Which, to be honest, we were. We were licking carpets and drapes and mannequins and people and other inanimate objects, soap, and all kinds of weird things. So, but it was just kind of funny. He was the only person that didn't. We mixed all of the what we thought was the antidotes together, and it turns out all of it was poisons, different poisons, and we mixed them all together and drank it. We all died except for the fighter, who didn't take any of it, and he essentially won the premise of the game. It was a game. It was like Squid Games. People were watching us and taking bets on who was going to live and die. So it was really funny. It was really funny. So I got to cross off my bucket list having a player sheet on the Hall of Heroes, and my character's name was Relish Tang, because I liked to taste everything. Relish Tang was my character's name. The poison chemist who should have known that it was poison all along ended up dying of poisoning. Uh, it was a really wonderful game. Very easy to pick up and play. It wasn't super BX. I guess was what I had heard from Red Caps, that like he had kind of very homebrewed this to make it a bit more accessible. So which I love the easy pick up and play, but the narrative, the scene, the settings was very well done. Wonderful game brought on. So and we kind of wrapped up there. Little impromptu photo op with a whole bunch of folks here, and it's kind of starting to come to a close. There's one table still going. Dungeon Ministers playing there, and the old geek, and let's see, a couple other convention goers. Or yeah, they're all still at it and having a good time. So I don't know. I might personally just have to indulge myself again, as much as I do want to, stream and make sure I catch all of the Clericon goodness for you all. I really like that. That was that was so much fun playing with Red Caps and the other convention goers. Absolute hilarity. It was I think it was doomed at the start. Absolutely doomed at the start for when it comes to when it comes to that particular adventure. Oh boy, I had an absolute blast though, and the people here, they were very immersed too. Spill the tea. Who gave you the best meet in person after knowing them on the internet experience? Ooh, Frost and Fist. That's a good one. I mean, meeting Dungeon Minister and having dinner with him before this whole thing, just having some one-on-one time was pretty big. Meeting Mage's Musings and Bandit's Keep and Grumpy Old Slan, who we've seen here on in the PML chat. Grumpy Old Slan is here. I just like all of them. It's really cool getting to meet people who you've gotten to know through the comments. Like be like meeting you, meet those. Someday I'd love to come and meet you or find someplace we can meet up at. It's super awesome. You know, making that physical connection with somebody that you've gotten to know. And Tonka Todd too. I hope coming to see Tonka Todd at some point. And I that physical connection. There's something special about meeting somebody who you've interacted with on the internet for sure. As far as the best goes, it's been equally just right down the board. There's no. I don't think I can put a first, second, third on that. Meeting all these people who work very hard, very hard to produce their content, uh, just like uh, just like you do, Mythos. That they work really hard, and you watch that stuff, and you see how they put themselves out into the world, and then you meet them in face to face, and they're basically the exact same person that you've gotten to know. Yeah, and I've had an absolute blast with uh, with that here at Clericon 2024. Oh, what else can I expand upon here? I've had lots of people come over here to the Paint Minis live booth and just want to chat a little bit and talk some shop about painting, or they're interested in the models. They want to take a look at what I'm doing, asking about airbrushes and I started doing this. I started learning how to paint a little bit, and do you have any recommendations on who to look at and so on? I mean, obviously, if you want to come and learn, you can watch me, but I know not everybody. I'm not the fit for everybody. You got to find a teacher that fits with you, and so I've told them a couple other folks that I know. Frost and Fist, if you're in 40K, uh, if you're into fantasy, go take a look at Vince Venturella, Ninjon for a smorgasbord of stuff. Just kind of putting names out there, and it's been really cool listening to people and seeing some of their models too. I've seen pictures from some of the other convention goers here. What's going on, Road March? Good to see ya. Good to see ya. I just got done recapping my BX game with Red Caps. It's pretty hilarious. We did a lot of licking, a lot of licking. So, anywho, yeah. So and they've shown me pictures of the models that they've painted, and some of them, some of them make me feel like, you know, that's that's almost beyond me. And they've spent like a lot of time on some of those models. There was a absolutely amazing Griffin that took somebody, I think like 4 months of work with I'm not sure the hour count, but they just said 4 months, and it looked like it took 4 months because that Griffin was crisp, clean, and transitioned where it should have. Yeah, looked perfect. Looked perfect. Um, yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of about doing a little painting, maybe a little chatting here. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna be doing. It looks like I'm not sure when that other table's gonna break, but I have a feeling once they break, the floodgates are gonna be open and everybody's gonna be going on going on home to leave the dungeon minister to his sleep. He slept in his office the other night. So late shift tonight for you, Road March. All right, gotcha. Okay, okay. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to another fun, bright, eventful day tomorrow at Clericon. It sounds like games are going to get rolling a bit early on in the day. I believe. Let's see. I can't read that from here. Anyways, in the morning, there's going to be tables in the morning, and then games that start at 2:30, with wrap up later on that day. So, very excited about that. Yes, and what else can I what else can I say about that? It's been a wild ride here at Clericon. I'm telling you, if you if you're coming here, make sure that you at least book a day before and a day behind if you're coming from very far away. Just have that extra time to comfort yourself. Don't pull what I did. You know, uh, just get here, settle in, make sure you have a good night's rest because yeah, for me, bombing it like that this morning was almost a nightmare. I barely was able to get everything I needed to ready for the launch of the Paint Minis Live Hobby Shop. If you haven't seen the live launch, please go check it out. Everybody here was super supportive of that, and they really liked that press release that I did. It The amount of support here for hobby is really cool, really cool. The creators are bouncing ideas off of each other. They're all kind of talking about what they're gonna do next, and oh, what do you think of this storyline that I'm gonna put kind of together for this thing? And they're everybody here is very supportive of you know let's go to work for hobby and see how we can make great content for people out there. It's been quite cool. We had the press here too, which was very cool. Thank you very much, Frost and Fist. Most appreciated. Yeah, the press was here. The newspaper was here from the Halton Hills Times, I believe, and got some interviews from Dungeon Minister, a couple other folks around here. Um, pictures of people at the gaming tables and whatnot. So I believe. Let me put his business card up. Well, I don't want to maybe not do his. They're public, but I'll just say I'll just say their things. It's Halton Hills Today. .ca is what you want to go look for. HaltonHillsToday.ca. If you want to go check out that report when it comes out. And yeah, super eventful. Super eventful. Everybody I've talked to has had an absolute blast around their tables. The Tomb of Horrors game that happened, they split the party 3 ways. We had a brief interview with Matthew that was part of that game earlier, and earlier. We went out to Canadian McDonald's afterwards. I didn't know they served poutine at McDonald's in Canada, but we did that. We had Mickey D's over there. That was that was that was interesting. It's a little different, just a little different. I think they fry their stuff in animal fat at, at there instead of like vegetable oil in the states. So I'm not quite sure on that one, but it tasted a little different. But so that was good. That was good. It's seems like everybody is just kind of we have table five is just kind of wrapping up some of their they had a mat, one of those dry erase mats, and they've kind of been they were drawing on their scenes and stuff. Kind of an interesting way to go. How did the Tomb of Horrors go? I bet some people got KIA. Yeah, it sounded like they actually held out for quite a while without a death. Uh, it wasn't until kind of the end. I think two people were killed before they kind of called it due to time. It was and a group of five. So uh, three. Let's see. Yeah. So three out of the five lived in the Tomb of Horrors, and so that was pretty cool. They all had a good time in there, and again, you can check that out. It's a little earlier in the day. I believe it was the mini painting stream I did a little while ago, prior to hopping on with red caps for the BX game. Right. Who's all coming in? Yeah, there we go. Um, we the hill giant turned out pretty good that we've been painting today. I have yet to do his pants and his weapon, but I put a sign out in front of our tentacle monster that we've been working on, saying if you want to use him in a game, please go and just take him off the table. So yeah, I have an entire jug of sweet tea here with me, or this one's zero sugar. I'm trying to cut back on the sugar, but I've been sipping on this bad boy through the whole game. And I'm kind of glad I got it in such great quantity because I was afraid I would just run out and get and not be able to speak after this. I was laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. The onion eating contest as well here at Clericon. You didn't see that? I was part of the onion eating contest. I got absolutely wrecked by the old geek from the UK. I congratulated him after the fact because I plowed through that entire onion and I felt ill. It was like seriously going burp, 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 and kind of hovering around the washroom. I didn't want to I didn't want to go outside and ruin the grounds. But I mean, did I? Yeah, it was a solid about 10 minutes of really not feeling that great, um, and I'm sure I'm gonna have horrible, horrible gas. A whole white onion, just raw, just absolutely raw down the edge. A memory to be made for sure. A memory to be made, indeed. Um, oh boy, kind of feeling that decompression kind of kick in. The today has been crazy, crazy. Just there's been a lot of people kind of coming through. It seems like in total there's about 55, 60 folks that have come in. 55, 60 over the course of Clericon, and yeah, you can have that onion eating gross. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was crazy. It was pretty crazy. I got Mentos as a consolation prize. I ran through half of them, but I got an entire roll of Mentos because that onion is still hanging around. I might actually go after one of these right now. Well, just for maybe not on stream. We're not gonna do that on stream. But I mean, I can still taste it. It's around. It's around. We have. I will have to do that tomorrow, but I'll have to get a picture of everybody who's the Friends of Honeywood poster up there. Dungeon Minister put together with everybody's icons and stuff. I'd really like to put that. Allergic to onions. Oh, Mythos. Yeah, this would definitely not be the one. You could hear people saying like, "Oh, you could really smell it." Oh my gosh. The silent auction for Lawrence at Dirty Basement Terrain is still going on quite well. I think the sheets have been condensed, some of them, anyways, to what they've got going on. So that's good. I think that's going to bring in some much needed funds for the con to recoup the cost of putting some of this stuff on. We've had we've had how many games now? There's been 5 tables today for 2 games, 2 game sessions. So 10 game sessions total so far just today here at Clericon, with approximately, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would say about 6 per table. 6 per table. Some of them were a little bit larger for the folks that were able to keep them. I saw Tale of the Manticore running a game earlier today. I've seen a whole host of people running games. It's been a lot of fun to watch people gather around and really enjoy themselves and each other's company, and have a good time, just gaming and having fun. Uh, it. I mean, going to a sports event is kind of one thing, but this is a very intimate kind of setting, where you're around a group of table with people with sometimes random strangers, and by the end of it you're feeling a little bit closer to somebody, and like just kind of a how would I say it? An acquaintance type of way, but still you've kind of gone through this game with them and kind of have gotten to know them a little bit more, and that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. The gas is terrible. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of that. I think I'm gonna make sure that the privacy sign is on the hotel door for the room keepers tomorrow, because I have a feeling that it's gonna stink. I don't mean to gross anybody out, but like that's just a fact. That's just a fact at this point. We've had the concession stands been open, and things have been nice with that. There were like mini pizzas around lunchtime, like soda pops, coffee, for the late night gamers here. Looks like Tail of the Manticore is up and moving around behind me, taking a picture of the Wall of Heroes. But we've had nice snacks to have along the way. Long drive home with your gas. Well, luckily I did book a day after the convention here, so Sunday we'll be here on live on convention, till the bitter end, and then driving home Monday. And yeah, so if you got any questions about what's been going on at the con, or if you want to know about anything further, please let me know. Let me know. I'll be uh, I'll be sure to answer it, or I can ask questions of people here if you have them. The panel discussion was pretty good today too. I was able to ask a couple of questions there. We had Mini Warmup was in the chat, and Shadow and Sons too. Got to answer or ask a couple of questions there. It was mainly based on the rules kind of section of Dungeons and Dragons, like talking about rules, what rules are needed, what and where, how much is too much rules, with your role playing game, and kind of those types of things. I thought it went really well. There were a lot of really good views, and a lot of really good things that I think homebrewed dungeon masters or people who run games could really learn from. I think they did a wonderful job kind of covering a large span of material in a short time. Uh, yeah, yeah, I agree, Roden March. I think anybody who's going to be going through the length of this con, especially from far out, um, should book the extra day because I know I'm going to be totally wiped again tomorrow, but that is a okay. I'm here for it. I just kind of want to soak in the experience as much as I can, and give you guys as much of an experience here as I can as well. For kind of that reporting journalism side of this, I guess I'm giving you that play by play the best I can throughout the day when I'm streaming. Things that still have been kind of fluid and whatnot around here at the convention. So that has been uh, that has been something to contend with. I've find myself like struggling. Okay, when do I start the stream? Do I start it now? Do I start it in 5 minutes? Oh, I scheduled the stream for this time. I better push it back a half hour because it looks like this is happening or running late. So kind of pop up streams here, and a lot of people have been catching them too, which has been crazy. I brought like a ton of equipment. You can see kind of some of it scattered about here. I brought a ton of equipment for some for the painting side, but a whole shattering of it for the streaming side. And I think while it's been really a huge beast to kind of move around, I would definitely do it again next year, just because of the fact that it's been really cool to have the atmosphere along with the painting and whatnot. I'll bring up the room mic here so you guys can kind of hear some of the background going on. We've got we've got quite a few people quite a few people in here. Probably about 20 or so people still in here at 10:50 local time. So we're still going strong here at Clericon. I got to use my favorite dice bag. It's got a little thing on here. World's okayest barbarian. The little pin that I have on there. Yeah, I hear you, Road March. I was almost not going to be able to make it either, but I managed to make it work and get up here. And it's tough. It's tough. It's especially for folks in the states that want to come up and do it. It's expensive for starters. Just the gas money and so on and so forth. It's expensive to get up here and do this. But if you can in the future, definitely put it on your list. It's very well run. Dungeon Minister really has been working his butt off, whether it's been in the concession stand or working the crowd out here and just kind of going around to the tables and seeing what's going on, checking in with people, making sure the panel is set up, the onion eating contest, the it's just he's worked very very hard at it, and it's been really cool to see all those labors kind of culminate into a well run convention. Um, and everything's pretty much on time. There's a little bit that's there's a again it's still kind of fluid, but it's well organized. Well organized. What game did you play in? And did you have a passport to get in? Yeah, I did. I brought a passport to get in. Um, I played in the BX game with Kevin from Red Cap's podcast. He does a kind of all over hobby podcast, and I had an absolute blast. Again, BX system. It was a. I talked a little bit about it earlier. You can kind of check it out earlier in the stream, but I'll give you a brief synopsis. Um, our party was like kidnapped or something. Somehow we ended up in a mansion, and we were told we were poisoned, and so we went through the mansion, and they said that they had hidden vials of antidote around the mansion, so we had to go find them to try and cure ourselves. Each of them were a different color. We ended up mixing them together at the end and consuming them. Um, and then we mixed them together. Like four of us consumed it. One of them didn't, and it ended up being that there was no poison at all. We were just we were actually consuming the poison. So the one person that didn't drink it ended up living, and that was really kind of a good twist. It was a good twist for sure. The our running table joke was because my character had a quirk about licking things, and we were playing our out these character quirks. One of them decided to support mine and start licking things too. So we had this whole running joke about licking stuff. It was hilarious. We were cackling so hard. We are probably disturbing some of the tables. Yeah, I'm still here live at Clericon there, Mini Warmut. It's good to see you again. Thanks again for being there at the panel. I hope they answered your question. Um, so yeah, here we are. The last gaming table is still going strong, man. They are like right on it, still going. Um, I think for tonight I'm gonna be wrapping that up here soon so that I can head off to the head back to the hotel and get me some sleeps. Um, we have still again two more play sessions for tomorrow that are gonna be running, and I'll make sure to cover them. And if I do plan on playing, I'll just let you know, and we'll start up streaming after I'm done, and we'll go from there. Um, yeah. Otherwise, I think that's just about it for me, to be honest. Just about it. I hope you all have had a good time, kind of experiencing the convention as much as I can show it and let you hear it. I wish I could do more, but again, kind of want to give people privacy with their games and have. Yeah, it is. It is a full weekend from Friday night, basically. Yeah, there's Friday night games after the introduction dinner, which was catered. Absolutely wonderful food at the introduction dinner. It was like it was a chicken breast with a kind of savory citrus sauce over the top of it with rice pilaf and mixed vegetables, a side balsamic salad with a piece of toasted bread, and then um, a olive kind of tapenade going on there. Absolutely wonderful. And to finish it all off, there was tiramisu for everybody. Tiramisu's. Maybe do a Sunday recap at your room after the con. Yeah, I think that that would that might be in the cards. That might be in the cards. I'm kind of contemplating that right now. I I might be able to fit that in. At least a short one. I'll make sure to schedule it ahead of time, but at least a short one, because I'm gonna want to make sure that I pack it all up. I brought a full size PC with me, so I've got the tower, the monitor, the mixer. I've got I've got three microphones. The one behind me, the one you're hearing kind of some of the background audio on, and I've got the all the paint stuff and whatnot too. So uh, I'll make sure that we can. I'll schedule that ahead of time for Sunday. Oh yeah, you guys had the Twilight game, right? What's going on? Calvinoni is in the house. Calvinoni, the one and only. I didn't know you were in the chat. Hey, what's going on, man? You been painting? You been painting? I got a little. I got just a little bit left in me. We'll go just a little bit longer. I was kind of running out of stuff to say, to be honest. But yeah. A Sunday stream could be well in the cards. After that, I'm headed back to the States, and we'll reconnect after that. I do have a bit of a headache. I wonder. Yeah. So, oh man, I've got so many YouTube channels now to try and keep track of. We had a wonderful wonderful kind of recruiting session up here at the at Clericon with a lot of new creators that have hopped on the affiliate program for Paint Minis Live, which I'm going to check on right now. I want to see what we have going on live on the site. I'm going to be on the back end of the site here, so I'm not going to share my screen, but I'll kind of give some updates. That's something I could probably give some info on. You're painting some 15s. Good. Those are some small minis. Wanted to do a large amount of painting, but the wife wanted to spend time with her. Yeah. Hey, gotta keep that balance. Keep the paint flowing and keep the miss happy. All right. So I'm just kind of logging in here, backing up the last comment. Gotta them tracks. Gotta cover them tracks. All right. Let's see. We're gonna take a look here. Right. Well, all right. Well, it looks like the site is live. We haven't had anybody stumble in yet, but we now have quite the affiliate roster. We've got a dozen affiliates now for PML. Well, 11, not including me. I put myself in there to test out the website. But we have, I'll list off our affiliates: the Dungeon Minister, Mythos of Frosted Fists, Golf Class. Thank you, Mythos. The Dungeon Delver, Tonka Todd. We have a friend of mine in here, Basement Terrain, D and Disability, Red Caps, Hex Press, Daniel Norton, and sorry, we've got we've got a whole bunch of affiliates in here now, and I've got a whole bunch more that I need to add too, that are going to be coming around the corner. So yeah, very cool. Thanks, Mythos. Mini Warma, we gotta have a conversation too. We'll have a conversation with you. But all of these fine affiliates are your gateway into the Paint Minis Live hobby shop. So thank you very much, Cal. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. The amount of support from the community around PML has been huge. And now I can finally kind of break this radio silence. It's out there in the world. Now we're just on to like tweaking it a little bit or adding items or just doing some maintenance stuff. Now we're done with the building part, which was I spent so much time and money and everything on building that website. I'll have my peeps contact your peeps. Let's get the peeps involved. Hey, thank you. Huh? Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here tomorrow. Hey, good to see you, man. Take care. Um, again, the little con community over here. Hey, Jeff, when at your game, so on and so forth. Oh, I'm headed out. We'll talk to you tomorrow. You gonna be here? That kind of stuff is very prevalent here. It seems like it's pretty tight community that's kind of going to these but they're super welcoming, absolutely super welcoming. You never been to one, they've got your back. They're gonna show you where to go, when to go, kind of thing. So that is that's always a good time. It looks like the table of curiosities has really done well. There's this people have been picking through that thing and finding all of the nerd goodies in there. There's been some I don't know. There's a metal dragon there that I am kind of contemplating about. A little expensive, but it's a Essex mini, I think. This metal dragon. I don't know. I might have to pick it up and paint it and go ahead and put that one on the Paint Minis live web shop. Yeah. Mini Warmutt. His recaps are pretty good. I enjoy him. I really do enjoy him. And I got to meet the characters, which are his kids. I met Fleetwood, Touchberry, Bob Johnny, and who else? Fleetwood, Touchberry, Bob Johnny, and the middle one. Oh boy, losing it. But I got to meet them. They're wonderful kids, absolutely wonderful kids. So polite, very kind. Although they did tell me when Dungeon Mister pointed out Essex would be very old. It does look pretty old, but I'm thinking about picking it up though. I can really have fun painting that one. Very fine, fine kids though, and I got to talk with them at length when Dungeon Minister pointed out that I was the one that sent them the Horde of the Dam. One of them told me, "I'll never forgive you," and that was music to my ears. And they play with them. They play war games with them. They've invented their own war games. So, yeah. The vintage one ebooks there were a deal. Yeah. I believe one of the players from the Honeywood campaign picked up a first edition monster manual for a steal, which was absolutely awesome to hear. I was not going to stand in the way of a kid and a retro piece of gaming like that, especially when they were really hunting for it. They really wanted that thing. I saw him. He sprinted over to ask his parents if he could get a little bit of money to buy this thing. So, yeah. He's sworn revenge in 10 years. Yeah. Luckily, I told them that there's some reinforcements on the way. We've got another project coming up. I desperately need to finish up I need to finish up the hounds for Weird World War II. I just as a friendly project, he sent me the Wolfenstein game. There's so many minis in there, and I don't think I can complete it. Like, he needs it back in January, and oh my gosh, that grind, especially with what I have going on. I don't know if I can take that project on with between the firefighting stuff and The launch site is going to clear off some stuff, but that was just a huge project. It was probably over like a couple hundred pieces of plastic in there. Um, I think it was probably about 60 main models and then a ton of scenery, just a ton of it to do. And I don't have the time. I've got the firefighters physical fitness test coming up soon, and I also have the what's the other one? I also have the actual firefighting test to get on the department that I'd like to join at the end of December. So I'm just not sure I'm going to be able to make the time. Yeah, it was 20 Canadian. So that's definitely a steal. I think I'm probably gonna have to maybe pick up that dragon, but everybody's cleared out of the convention hall now, as you can hear. It's 11:11 local time, and I think I'm gonna sign off so that Dungeon Minister can get some much needed rest and alone time because the dude's been absolutely busting his butt here at the convention. But for I'm here. Oh boy, I'm losing too. Bill T here for Paint Live. I'll be talking to you again very shortly tomorrow morning. And I wish to see all of you here. Thanks again for supporting me, helping me out, and being here with me on the stream today. We'll see you again for some more lovely Clericon 2024 recaps and just general goings on. All right.